Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Northern Block Podcast. It is Monday, November 10th, 2025. I am your host here, Nordic 97, joined with Leblock. James Leblock, how we doing?
We doing fantastic.
That's good to hear. Good to hear. We also got producer Tim once again. Tim, how are you?
Doing good. Doing good. It was, for the most part, a good week for hockey outside of the game today.
Everybody's doing good. That's good to hear. It's good to hear. Okay, we got some hockey to talk about here since we last recorded. First off, we want to give a big congratulations to the Alexander Ovechkin, who has reached 900 goals in his NHL career, scoring it on Tuesday against the St. Louis Blues. So congrats to Ovechkin for reaching that incredible milestone. And yeah, I mean, he's the first player in NHL history to ever do this. And again, the longevity from this guy is awesome. And, you know, that 900 goal mark really got me thinking, man, if they didn't have a shortened season and the COVID year didn't happen, Ovechkin could be at 1,000 right now. Do we agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. So, congratulations to Ovechkin on reaching that 900 goal mark. Anything you guys want to say about Ovi?
He's going to be the only player to hit 900 goals ever. I can't see, maybe in a cup, maybe in like years more, maybe in our 60s, that there's suddenly a brand new, like, high scoring era. But, I mean, 900 goals, that's no one's ever done that before. It's a new feat in the NHL. That's why he'll be the GOAT goal scorer of all time.
So you think nobody will do this again?
The only player, as of right now, only player I think that could maybe get close to Obi, if he doesn't get injured, I would say maybe Austin Matthews.
You think Matthews would be up there? Yeah, I can totally see that for sure, without question. My light is flickering for some reason. Sorry if you guys see that. But yeah, I mean, again, Ovi, 900 goals, it's incredible. Did you guys see Jordan Binnington tried to take the puck?
That was the most Bennington thing ever, and I loved it.
Yeah, it was the most Binnington thing ever. He said in like a press conference,
and he sticks to it.
Yeah, I don't think he was intending to do it for like a Binnington mean reason. I think he was doing it as like a playful thing. Because he said in a post-game conference, he was like, I think I'm going to use it to pay off my house. He was going to use that puck to pay off his house. I think it was just a playful thing, maybe. Maybe he was just frustrated with the way that they're playing. But regardless, hey, good on Ovechkin. 900 goals is incredible. So we wanted to highlight that here quickly. The Dallas Stars have announced they are going to AT&T Stadium for the Stadium Series. So Gary Bettman and Jerry Jones, what a duo, I must say. I never thought I would see that in my life, those two together. They announced on Monday Night Football last week, right after we recorded, that they were bringing the Stadium Series to Dallas in 2027. So the capacity at AT&T Stadium is a minimum of 80,000 people. And yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on the NHL going to Dallas for the Stadium Series?
Well, first off, I don't remember. James, you probably remember this from a few years ago because it happened with the Sens. When the game against the Caps, where Corpusel was pointing at the light because the sun was in his eyes.
Oh my God! Yep.
So I don't know if you guys know how AT&T Stadium is built, but it'll be like that because they're not north and south like every other NFL stadium. They're east and west. So the sun's, and it's just a bunch of glass. So the sun will be getting in the eyes of one of the goalies throughout the entire game.
Unless it's cloudy.
I'll probably have it as like a 1 o'clock game, like if I'm going to be real. Or they'll have it in the evening. Like there's like, because it's that way because Dallas has all their games at like 4:25. All their home games are at like 4:25 when the sun is, in the middle of the game, the sun's going down. So,
yeah. It's going to have to be because if the sun plays a factor for the goalies, good luck. It's going to be a high scoring game. If
they have curtains for them, they just choose not to use them.
I think it's a good thing. I think it's good that they're going to this stadium. It's a good marketing way, getting in there with the NFL, promoting that on Monday Night Football. It's a good thing. And again, it shows the promotion there. And we haven't agreed with a lot of the marketing things that the NHL has generally done. But I thought that was a good thing. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I think going to Jerry World, which is what I call it, just Jerry World, is good for the NHL. It's good they got away from going back to the Cotton Ball. It's a new venue with a much, much, much larger capacity. I feel like it'll be very good for the city of Dallas and just like get more fans into the game. I want to know who they're going to play though. That's the one thing I want to know.
Who do you guys think they should play?
Vegas or St. Louis. The rivalry with Vegas in the playoffs, I feel like that could be a good selling point. St. Louis feels like that they could go to as well.
Nah, give me Colorado.
Yeah, I was going to say Colorado as well.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if they'll do this because they tend to not put Canadian teams. Oilers.
Edmonton?
Oilers.
That would be a good one too.
That would be great, but I don't know if they would do that because that's like, if they did Colorado's the optimal choice in my opinion.
Yeah, I think Colorado. The only other thing I could see, just because it's a big market, maybe LA.
Yeah, maybe LA. I really hope it's not like a St. Louis or a Nashville. I hope it's a good team. Like they always mess it up somehow, some way of putting, a far more superior team with a far inferior team like the Winter Classic last year. I really hope it's not that this year. I hope that it's or 2 years from now. I hope that it's a good matchup between two good teams. Now, again, you don't know. 2 years from now, Stars could suck. You never know. I don't think that's going to be the case. But I would like to see actually a good game this time and then pick an actually good opponent. Because if they go with oh my God, if they go with Nashville, I will be so upset. I'm going to be honest with you.
I mean, here's the thing. Nashville and Dallas are technically rivals, but it would be such a bad game.
I don't know if they would do that again because that was the Winter Classic at the Cotton Bowl. I don't think they would run that back.
But I mean, I was trying to make an example. Like, if they go with a bad team again, I'm going to be upset.
Like, if they went with, Chicago again, because, they love getting their outdoor games in there.
Yeah, they love it. They love putting Bedard at center stage. Like, if it's Chicago, I don't know. I don't think I'll watch. I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't think I'll watch the game.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. Unless the match is intriguing for me, I usually don't watch the outdoor games.
Yeah, I'll watch the Winter Classic. We'll always commentate it on the channel. But, yeah, I mean, the Stadium Series and stuff, they're cool. But, unless you're there, it's really not. I really, I'm not that invested in it. Or unless if it's my favorite team.
Yeah.
I'll say that. There were a lot of complaints about people who were upset at the fact that the NHL always does the American teams, not the Canadian teams. Well, I want to explain why. Because the NHL needs to cater to these American markets. Now, yes, I understand they put Toronto in one of those years and such, and I get that. But they need to cater to the American markets. They need to grow the American markets. And that's why you don't see a full Canadian matchup. Because if it's just Toronto versus Montreal, like I've seen a lot of people say, I don't think people would care in America.
It's because you can make more money doing two American teams.
There's that too, yeah.
Because if you do it, of course, I always say this, the Americans get the Winter Classic, we get the Heritage Classic.
Exactly.
It's always been like that.
Did a good decision here, did a good job. I think this is going to be a good idea moving forward. Here's an interesting story here, and this is out of Toronto. The Toronto Maple Leafs have suspended David Kampf without pay for leaving the AHL team. So obviously, in the preseason, David Kampf was placed on waivers by the Toronto Maple Leafs. He was not claimed. Now, keep in mind, Kampf is a player who is on a $1.25 million contract for the next season after this one. Pretty bad contract there signed by Brad Treliving. He has a modified no-trade clause in those contracts, too. He has not been the greatest player, especially recently, had 13 points in 59 games played last year. His career high with Toronto was 27 points in 82 games played 2 years ago. So he hasn't really been that guy since then. And he gets sent down to Toronto this year, plays 4 games with them, and he obviously definitely doesn't want to be in this situation anymore. He left the team to make a just kind of like sit back and make a decision about what he wanted to do, and then Toronto suspended him without pay this past week for leaving the team. And I feel like this could result in a trade. I don't think he wants to mutually terminate his contract because he might not get paid otherwise. And I feel like this is a move to kind of speculate and see if there's a market out there for them. So what are your guys' thoughts on David Kampf?
Hands in. Come on. Put your hand in. Cancun on 3. So I feel like Kampf has been not great for the Leafs. He has no modified no move clause. He wants to obviously you want to play NHL minutes, but the way Kampf has been performing, I don't blame the Leafs for setting him down. I don't know if there's a team out there that's going to take. I mean, he's not a lot of money, also, but he also has a modified no trade clause, which also does not help.
That does not help.
If you want to play, suck it up. Go somewhere where you want it. That's all I got to say.
If you want to play, you have to prove it. You have to play. Like, exactly. Just stepping away and not doing anything. Like, it'd be one thing if he was playing AHL games and doing good and Toronto wasn't calling him up. Yeah, whatever. But you have to play. I feel like that's the biggest thing. Like, yeah, you want to step away and you want to do all this and that. He's 30 years old. He's got a $1.25 million contract. I get it. Like, the money doesn't matter. You want to play hockey, and that's why I respect a lot of these guys for it. But you're not going to really get much of an advantage by simply not playing. Like, you need to play, even if it is with the Marlies down below in the American Hockey League. Play. Prove to these other teams and the Maple Leafs themselves that you're worth it. I don't think he's shown that he's been worth it, just being honest with you. And again, I know he's not like a second-line potential player or whatever, but I feel like just not playing is one of the worst decisions he could have made here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say just sitting out and pouting. It doesn't look. It's not a good look on your character, especially if other teams are looking like, oh, what's that DHL? Oh, he decided to just not play.
I don't think he's pouting necessarily, but I don't really understand. I don't think it'd be stupid for him to terminate his contract and then all of a sudden he's like, oh no, I don't have any money and no team wants me. I mean, obviously you can go overseas and stuff like that, but I think he wants to play in the NHL. I think that's what's there. And I feel like him doing this is a good idea to gauge the market and see what's available and what team will pick him up. But to be honest with you, I really don't know what kind of market's out there for him, unless if he goes to a team like Chicago, a San Jose. He's already been in Chicago, right? He was already a Blackhawk.
Yeah, he's been a Blackhawk before.
But unless if you go to one of those teams, I don't think there's much of a market for you.
Yeah, if you're a middling player like that and you're struggling and you got sent down and you weren't claimed on waivers, that says a lot about where you're at in your career. You just gotta try to grind it out, just get through it, and if you start playing well, maybe a team takes a chance on you. But like you said, Evan, you're not going to get anywhere by just sitting and not playing.
I get what he's trying to do, though.
Yeah, I get what he's trying to do, but if he wants to go somewhere, he's got to play. That's the biggest thing.
You got to prove it. It'd be one thing if he was dominating in the American Hockey League, he was playing well. I think you probably could get some traction from some teams. But just not playing and sitting out, they can only base it off of your prior stats. If you go down there and you play just phenomenal in the American Hockey League, you play so good that they can't refuse. They can't refuse to call you up or whatever. Then it's one thing. But not playing, I know we're going in circles, but I don't think there's much of a market out there for him. Again, we'll see what happens. I feel like there would be a team that would take a chance on him, maybe. He's 30 years old, though. It's not that expensive of a contract, but it would definitely be a team that is not necessarily cap compliant like Toronto. It would be a team that has the money to, kind of do this, and it's really not that big of a deal.
Get ready to learn HC Davos, buddy. That's all I got to say.
Or there's that option too.
Yeah.
He could go and just sign in Europe or something like that. They always pick up players. I think he would get a contract. They always need players out there in Europe.
Oh, he would get a deal in Europe. 100%.
You would always see guys go out there and do that. But a lot of the time, players don't want to do that. they want to play and win a Stanley Cup.
I'm pretty sure he is European, though. Like, he's Czech.
Yes, he is Czech. He played for Czechia in the World Championships this past summer. But yeah, I think like not everybody wants to do that. It's not for everyone to go over to Europe and play. So we'll see what happens there. Again, I think we're going to come to a resolution soon, possibly this week. Again, I think that the Maple Leafs may want to trade this player. They're at least going to look into it. Otherwise, I think they would just terminate the deal, but we'll see. Again, it's a guessing game. It's not that big of a story, but definitely something we wanted to talk about here. Something that is a big story in the hockey realm. The San Jose Sharks are above 500. They are above NHL 500 for the first time in a pretty damn long time. I don't know the exact number of seasons since they've been 500. They are 7-6-3, 17 points. They are 20th in the league right now. They have won 3 games in a row, and they're playing some phenomenal hockey right now.
500 above San Jose?
Yes.
Today? Right now?
Yes.
I didn't know that sentence was allowed to be said.
Yeah. Well, they beat Florida last night, that's a pretty good sign, and they're on a back-to-back. That's a pretty good sign. I mean, they're just a fun team to watch. They're a fun team to watch. They got fun players that are fun, like to have fun. And then, I know I just repeated the same words like 800 times, but like they've really taken a step.
Yeah, definitely.
Not a big step, a step in the right direction. That's what I'm saying.
This time last year, San Jose had 4 wins. So they have already improved from this point last year. And the whole season last year, correct me if I am wrong, but the Sharks had, just pulling it up here really quick, the Sharks had just 20 wins. So they're already almost halfway to what they had last season, which is pretty impressive. It shows the growth of this team and the overall development.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's kind of impressive with San Jose. Like, and for the most part, granted, last year Blackwood was good for them, and then they traded him, and they had to deal with Georgiev. And it's not like they're getting much better goaltending with Askarov and Nedeljkovic. We've seen all the viral clips of them goofing up with the puck all the time, but they're doing a lot better this year. The offense is just helping them out in general. Only a their goal differential is better than I thought. It's only -3. But 7-2-1 in their last 10. You can tell when it's a young team's finding their step because they're not intimidated anymore. And that's what the Sharks team is. They're just not intimidated by anything anymore. They're just going. They're just there to have fun.
Their goaltending has improved.
It has, yeah.
Yeah.
They got a better goal differential than the Red Wings do.
All right. So Askarov in his last 3 games with the Sharks, .974, .967, .974. He had a rough go of things to start the year, definitely, but I think this guy is starting to find his groove a little bit. His numbers are already improving, and I think there's a lot of optimism there with Askarov. And again, like the beginning of the season was really rough. A lot of guys were really struggling, but I actually think the players have picked it up here, and they're starting to really improve. One guy who's been phenomenal, Macklin Celebrini, 16 games played, 10 goals, 14 assists for 24 points this season. This kid's awesome. I mean, like him and Bedard, I feel like we have reached that point in time where these guys are beginning to really take over this league.
They were picked first for a reason.
They were. And again, I think that you're seeing the phenomenal performances there. Now, I want to ask a question here. We're going to get into Connor Bedard and his team in just a moment, but do you guys think, with the way Celebrini has played, do you think it is warranted of a Team Canada spot?
Yes.
Yes, you think so as a Canadian.
Yes.
Why?
Let's see. I like some youth from my lineup. I like players who are dynamic and can distribute the puck. I like players who are good defensively, and that's everything that Macklin Celebrini brings to the table. He's an all-around player. If you put him with these superstar forwards, he's going to whip up something good.
Even if he is on the fourth line, like you can still get creative playmaking from him. He's been awesome again. Just like
he's
great
shown to be that he deserves to be on the Olympic team. Excuse me, sorry, a little tired.
Definitely, yeah, I definitely agree with that for sure. He's been awesome to see. Tim, anything to weigh on that?
I mean, I'm trying to think of outside of like the bigger names. I don't know how many other Canadian forwards I would take over Macklin Celebrini right now in the NHL. He's been that good. He's top 3 in scoring in the NHL this year so far.
Pretty much.
Like he's playing like one of the best players in the league. And if you're that good, you probably deserve a spot on Team Canada, which is probably the hardest Olympic spot to make.
I'm going to ask you this question. There's one spot left, one center spot left, one forward spot left on Team Canada.
Yeah.
Bedard, Celebrini.
Well, Bedard is up next in our topic discussion here. Bedard has 17 points over an 8-game point streak. All of his assists during these 8-game point streak are primary assists. So he's not like he's picking up secondary assist slop or anything like that. He is getting primary assists every single time. So you talk about these two players. If we're talking about Bedard or Celebrini for a Team Canada spot, I probably go Celebrini. But I'm going to be honest, I think both of them make this team.
Who are you
playing? I feel like both should.
I'm not going to lie. I'm not feeling Anthony Cirelli on my Team Canada. Give me some Bedard and Celebrini on there.
So politics plays a lot into this. If you went to the World Championships year in, year out, and you are committed to Canada and all that, and you've been a good player and you're a veteran enough, I think you have a good chance of making this team. I also think there's some bias with the management. Obviously, John Cooper is the coach of this team. I think they're going to look at that and say, we want Anthony Cirelli. And that's why I put Cirelli on my projected Team Canada team, because I think that the coaches have a real influence on that, and I think that that's not going to change with this obviously going on. And I think again, like, they're going to have some real decisions to make here about who makes this roster. It's going to be really interesting. Again, I think both of them should make it. I mean, like, I don't see the necessity to bring in a guy like Cirelli or even a Sam Bennett type player, because I think again, like, especially a Tom Wilson type guy as well. I think again, like, the Olympic rules are not like the Four Nations rules. If you fight, you're out. And I think it's more valuable to have actually your best players in there rather than guys who are known for their physicality and they can fight and all that, but still have good offense at the same time. I would go down that road. It doesn't mean, though, that you can't have those guys on your roster. Again, my projections had those guys on the roster still, but you need skill in the Olympics for sure, and you need your best players, not like the NHL type of rules where you could use like a fighter here and there. What do we think?
Yeah, I'm going to agree with that, but I also want to mention that the ice in the Olympics, it's the big ice. So you kind of want more playmakers. You kind of want more guys who are quick with it and can distribute the puck because it's a bigger surface to cover. And there's ability to create more space on the ice now. So I would rather take guys who are like, have those pretty moves, have those elite edges, those great passing skills, great IQ. I'd rather take those guys than over guys who, like, their main focus is just defense as a forward.
Yeah, and physicality for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you want to be physical, you want to have those guys who can be rough and tough type of players, but you're not going to want to get guys who are mainly physicality and offense is just a secondary type of thing. I think you want guys who can be your best players. I think you want your best players this time around. Not like, the Four Nations where you saw guys who should have been on that roster who weren't on that roster. And we're going to discuss this probably in the next episode. I definitely want to make an Olympic episode discussion because we're getting up to that point soon where those rosters will be announced. I started making my YouTube video series on it, and I think it'll be a good discussion. So, yeah, I mean, I think both of these players should make this team. Tim, is there anything you want to add in here? Me and Leblock.
Yeah, kind of like what James said with the Olympics this year being in Italy, you kind of want a more fluid skating team. You don't want this bigger, bulkier team. because the teams that are able to move the puck quicker, move their feet better on the bigger ice will have more of an advantage. Whereas if you've got guys like a Tom Wilson or a Sam Bennett who are more defensive grinder, physicality type players, guys who aren't going to be able to have that skill where they can just move up and down the ice with ease.
Yeah, totally. I totally agree with that. Again, I mean, like, we're going to have a real discussion about the Olympics and all that soon. That is going to be something that we touch base on, likely either next episode or the following one. But we're getting to that point where the Olympic rosters are coming here. Is there anybody else that you guys think about in the NHL right now who is just tearing it up that should make this Olympic team roster that maybe hasn't made it before? Is there anybody that comes to mind? It can be any country. It doesn't have to be Canada.
Wyatt Johnston.
You think Johnston can make Canada?
Johnston has. I think he has a. I don't want to say it's like a lock, but it's like he has a shot for sure.
What about, and you look at that blue line, and we had this discussion when we were off camera the other time. What do we think about a guy like Matthew Schaefer, who is tearing it up as an 18-year-old right now? Do you see him making that team?
Just because of the politics involved, no.
That's exactly what I said in my video. Like, I don't think he makes it just for that reason. He's been a great player. I don't think it's his time yet. It's not his time.
But he's so good. Put on the team, damn it.
He should. He honestly, like, I mean, I look at a guy like Colton Parayko or a guy like Travis Sanheim, who are known for good defensive capabilities. I think Schaefer should be on that team over those guys. And I'm a Flyers fan. Like, I think he should be on that team over those guys.
Like, no disrespect to those guys. But
yeah, no disrespect to those guys, but
like Schaefer is a level above those guys as of like what he brings to the table.
Here's another thing too: you want to go with guys who are just like hot. You want to go with guys who are like playing really well right now, and maybe not necessarily guys who have been good in the past but are having a down season. Like a guy that I look at who is kind of is Sam Bennett. I think he still probably makes the team, but that's a guy that you want to keep in mind there as somebody who could be out of the conversation, maybe. As a Canadian, what do you think, Leblock?
I think Sam Bennett has kind of played his way off the Canadian Olympic team. I'm not going to lie to you.
Really? Okay. What about, and I'm going to go to Team USA here for a moment, and Tim, you can weigh in here. What about the likes of Lane Hutson? Because, again, Hudson was in discussions about that, and I think I'm immediately going to say no because of what happened this summer with his dad, Bill Guave, and all that stuff. Like, that's a whole thing. But, Tim, do you think, like, he should be on this team?
If we want to go off just getting the best skaters, I would say then he's definitely one of the best skaters, like, American defensive skaters we have in the NHL. But probably at the same time, like, you look at the initial Olympic camp invite roster that was in the summer, Lane Hutson wasn't on that. And it's also, like, just thinking about all the good American defensemen we have, I don't know if Lane Hutson's up there. Like, you could make an argument for him over some guys, but there aren't many defensemen I would take Lane Hutson over in terms of, like, the Americans.
And
I'm trying to think who all was on that Four Nation roster, because that'll be the...
They're stacked on the blue line. Like, I think I would take Lane Hutson over a guy like Brock Faber, though. That's really it, though.
Yeah, so I'll bring up my projections here, and obviously the video is out on the YouTube channel, so I'm not, like, spoiling anything here. But my projected roster of guys that I have making that team, 8 defensemen. You tell me if there's any of these guys that you think Hudson would be better than making this roster. Quinn Hughes, no. He's automatically making it, so no. Charlie McAvoy, no. He's automatically making it, so no. Zach Werenski,
no.
Probably not.
I'm taking Werenski.
Jacob Slavin, no.
Taking
and
Slavin.
Again, even though we said like you need defense, and he's the best defensive defenseman in the league.
Yeah.
Jake Sanderson, yes. No, I'm kidding. I would take Sanderson.
Right,
honestly,
right.
He's been great defensively. He's had a great defensive year. Good two-way guy too. Adam Fox. Hates Adam Fox.
I'm taking Adam Fox.
Yeah. I would take Fox as well.
So there's 6 already.
So that's the 6 guys. The extra guys that I have here, Brock Faber.
I take Hudson over Brock Faber.
That's probably the one.
I'm not big on Faber. Brett Pesce.
I'm taking Lane Hudson over Brett Pesce.
I'm taking Hudson over Pesce.
You think so? Okay, so those were my projected 8 guys.
Here's another one. Here's another name, and this was what he was on the Four Nation roster because I have that pulled up. Noah Hannafin.
Hannafin's a good one. I don't have him making the roster though.
Hannafin's a good two-way defenseman, but like
I think I would have Hannafin over Hudson for the defensive game.
Yeah. But if you're looking for like you have multiple defensive there who like Adam Fox can light the lamp. Like if you're looking for pure offense, I would say Lane Hudson would be a good go-to guy, but like not at this level.
They could maybe use a power play quarterback, but you have like a Quinn Hughes or a Werenski for that. So like
here's a discussion with the US side that I'm thinking about for me. I don't know if Swayman's making this team.
Who else is in that contention? I have him as the third string.
I think Demko's been better, really good.
Well, Swayman's been kind of brutal this year. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Swayman's playing his way off the. Granted, he'll be the third goalie. Whoever it is going to be the third goalie because it's Hellebuck and Ottinger as 1-2.
Yeah,
but that third spot's going to. I don't know if it's going to be Swayman. I think it might be Ottinger. Spencer Knight's been great.
I was going to say Spencer Knight is a hot take. That's a little.
Oh, I love it. As a hot take, I love it. But like, I think a Demko, a Knight, even a Decord right now those are three right there that are playing better hockey than Swayman right now.
Anthony Stolars.
That'd be crazy. What about Dustin Wolf?
Him too. Yeah, I would
Wolf
love
has worse numbers though than Swayman, but I don't know if you blame Wolf for that necessarily. Yeah,
Wolf, you give the Calgary tax too.
Yeah, there's the Calgary tax.
Y'all have too many good goalies. You got to teach some of those brothers how to shoot, how to shoot. You know.
Yeah. Well, I mean we're on goalies now.
And then, one of the guys that I named is also a dual citizen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not happening.
Well, we're in that goalie discussion.
He's a
LeBlock,
three-way citizen.
Leblock, the vast majority of the goalies for Team Canada right now are not looking that great.
We got the elite defense.
Let me talk. What would be your 3 goalies right now?
Do I have to?
Yes, you have to. I can read you mine if you want.
Bennington. That's your starter. Yeah, that's got to be your starter. Oh, I don't know if you put in Aiden Hill. I'm going to say Logan Thompson. I'm going to say Logan Thompson.
Yeah, I have LT.
Speaking of politics,
I have LT.
And then I'm trying to think now because I'm not treating Stuart Skinner letting 9 goals a night.
Here's a good off the board one. Well, maybe not that off the board. Mackenzie Blackwood.
Yeah,
he definitely deserves to be there.
Here's the thing: only one
name, Darcy Kemper.
Season.
I like that. Kemper is a little inconsistent though, but I like him as like a third string goalie.
I feel like Kemper's a guy who can easily make it.
So I'm gonna go Bennington, Blackwood, and I'm gonna say Thompson.
I still go Hill despite the injury, but I did hear a report that he might not be back till after the Olympics.
Yeah,
so they could be without him long term. But again, we'll see what happens there, obviously. And again, we're only talking about Canada and America. We're going to go over the other couple of rosters later on. But I did want to pose that discussion because I think it would be a fun one to look at here with the Olympics coming up very, very soon. And we're starting to get into not the dog days of the NHL, but there's not a whole lot of news to discuss in terms of that. Let's talk about, so moving on from the Olympic talk, let's talk about the Anaheim Ducks. We got to talk about Anaheim. We cannot not talk about the Anaheim Ducks. The Ducks have been on fire. And again, for a team that has historically been pretty bad at start to the season, they've been phenomenal this year. In 14 games played, they're playing their 15th game right now against Winnipeg. They are 10-3-1, 21 points. They have won 6 games in a row. They have been incredible. And again, looking at the Anaheim Ducks, who have, again, been bad in starts before, it's phenomenal for them to be starting off this good. So, I mean, again, we said it in our predictions, me and Leblock. We said that we thought Anaheim could be a sneaky team this year. We didn't think it was going to be this year necessarily, but we thought they were going to improve. And so far, it's looking pretty good. So what are your guys' initial thoughts here on the Anaheim Ducks and how good they've been?
The young talent has taken a big step up. Leo Carlson, Cutter Gauthier. And it's all the young guys driving that team. Lucas Dostal is playing like as a top 10 goalie, as he has been. And we all called it a controversial hire at the time, but it's looking like Coach Q's still got it, man. That team has bought into his system, and they are playing a great brand of hockey.
They have. People hate to see it, but they bought into their system for sure. Again, I think phenomenal offensive play. They've looked good defensively, too. Dostal has been Dostal. Everything's going right for him right now.
So, I talked to Dylan about the Ducks earlier today, and I'm going to send this to our group chat. This is the face he gave me when I told him the Ducks are really good.
All right, let's take a look at this. I'll put it on screen.
But the Ducks have been the Ducks have been phenomenal. Especially like scoring. Like last year, the Anaheim Ducks, they started out had a hot streak scoring, and then they just like went cold.
Yeah, that's what happens in years prior. You have a really good start when it comes to scoring, and then you just like hit a wall. You hit a wall, and it's usually in like January or February where you hit that wall, and then all of a sudden everything just goes downhill from there.
Yeah, but no, they've gotten good goaltending. They've gotten good defense. Chris Kreider, that is the picture of, by the way. Chris Kreider is turned back the clock. Like he's rediscovered his scoring touch.
He has, and I think again, like I have a ton of things to say about Kreider. People jump to conclusions so fast that Kreider's career was just over, and he was just like not a good player anymore. When he was injured and playing fourth line minutes, they exiled that guy out of New York. They pretty much just like banished him from the city, and they traded him for scraps, essentially, which I thought was very disrespectful for what he's done. And now he's finally getting like middle six, maybe top 6 minutes, and he's putting up offense. And I don't know how people thought like, oh, his career is over. No, he's back to what he was in years where he was actually getting ice time. So that's a guy I wanted to cover. Another guy that I want to cover.
We're talking about like Dark Horse maybe Olympic team. Chris Kreider might be one of those guys.
Kreider could. I don't have him on my roster, but it's a possibility with the amount of offense he's putting up. Another guy that I want to talk about, Leo Carlsson, is on like a 7-game point streak, has 20 points during that time. He's been awesome.
Man is going to get paid.
He is going to get paid. Another guy is Cutter Gauthier, who is also expiring this year. Gauthier has been phenomenal this season, as much as I don't want to talk about it as a Flyers fan. He has been scoring at a crazy pace, had a hat trick the other night against Florida. He has 11 goals in 14 games played this season. He had 20 goals last year. So in 14 games played compared to 82 the year prior, he is already almost at his number from last season in the month of November, which is absolutely phenomenal. And looking at the game here against Winnipeg right now, Leo Carlsson's picked up another goal. Another guy who's been really good, Beckett Seneca, 2 goals tonight against the Jets heading into the third period. You guys know we obviously record these podcasts on Sunday nights, but Beckett Seneca has been great too. As a young guy who I didn't even know if he'd make this team just because of the fact that, you know, some of the young guys don't like the young guys, but Seneca's been real. He's proven it. He's been phenomenal as well.
Yeah, Seneca's the real deal. I think one of us called that Seneca going high in the draft would be a possibility, and I feel like he's what he's going at now and how he's going right now. I think he's gonna earn some respect around the league. He's crazy quick. He's got a crazy shot. I feel like he's gonna have a great career for a very long time. Yeah, it's great to see Anaheim's youth finally taking a step forward, because I think it was like last year we said Anaheim's youth, where are they at?
Yeah, and I mean, again, like all it takes is for a coach to do that, and I can't express enough how bad the coaches they've had prior were. Like Greg Cronin was terrible. The guy they had before
Dallas Aikens. Remember Dallas Aikens? Everybody loves Dallas Aikens. He's just a horrible coach, though.
Yeah, just like not a good coach. And getting a guy in there finally in Joel Quenneville, who's like notoriously known as a good coach and can work with young players and such, man, he has really turned this team into like a really good super roster of a team here. So Anaheim's killing it right now. It's the month of November, though. They are, again, like, you know, you can play good right now, but can you sustain that throughout the season? That's what we're asking ourselves. Do you guys think they can?
Just for their style of play, I feel like they can. I feel like it looks more sustainable this year than it has in years past when they've gotten out to hot starts. I feel like the system that they're playing lends itself more to this being a more sustainable season for them, instead of just it being a hot start and then falling off.
Leblock talked a lot about hitting a wall. when that wall comes, you have to get through that wall like the Kool-Aid man. You cannot be slammed and stopped by that wall. You got to run through that wall like the Kool-Aid man.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, exactly. I knew you were going to say that, but you're going to hit that point when it's dog days in the offseason and your scoring is going to get tough. You're going to go through some struggles. You have to be able to sustain that, not let it take over you mentally, and just get through it. And if they can get through that wall and through those dog days, they're a playoff team. And with the way the Pacific is carving itself right now, like I think there's a good chance they get into the playoffs.
Yeah, and like I would say the wall usually starts in like mid-November. Mid-November to early December is when the wall finally starts to hit. So talk to me at Christmas about the Anaheim Ducks. I still think they look very good right now, but once again, it is still November. My notes here. It's November the 9th right now. So
10th when this comes out. But yeah, I agree. It's I think the wall is different for a lot of teams. There's some teams that like they hit it really fast. There's some teams that it takes a while, but then they finally hit that wall and they're just like, oh, like Philadelphia a couple of years ago, they hit the wall in like April and it was like wonderful. Great. Detroit hits it in March almost all the time if they're not bad before the start. December as well.
December wall, and then we have
in November.
And a March wall.
In November, yeah.
Hey, the Senators don't have no wall. November here, and we winning. So the wall's gone.
November's not over yet, though. We'll see. But yeah, again, like we'll see if they can sustain that and get through that. But I think they can. I think this is a good team. I think they've shown they're better than what they were in years prior. I want to highlight the Pacific Division here. You have two teams that are above a positive goal differential. The rest are negative. That includes the Kraken, the Kings, the Sharks, the Canucks, the Oilers, and the Flames. I have no clue what to make of this division. I'm not going to lie to you guys.
I do.
What's that?
It's ass.
It is kind of ass. I'm
shocked the Oilers
played. The Oilers are 500. I don't even know if it's ass, Leblock. You have multiple teams here above 500. 7 teams are 500 or better.
Above NHL 500.
Above NHL 500.
Because, like, overtime losses are like, yeah, they don't count. Like, that's how the NHL uses them.
Still, NHL 500. Well, if you want to go by that way, there's only one team that's above NHL 500.
Yeah.
So, 500. But, I don't know. Like, it's still very early. If the I will say this, though. Like, we're not talking about the Oilers, but I do want to ask this question. What is the point where we get to a point in time, like, what's the point in time where we actually like get concerned about the Oilers play? Because they always do this every year. What time is it going to be this year where we're like, all right, they haven't improved. What needs to happen here?
When Connor Ingram comes up, that'll be my point. Where when he comes up, how does he look?
You think Ingram determines the Oilers' season?
I think if you can get. I mean, the other two goalies aren't doing anything. You're not
the Oilers are playing poor now, and they're only 500. I will say that, like, they're not terrible. But when do you get to a point where the overall play is not good? Not just the goaltenders, the overall play of the team.
Merry Christmas, kids! A-Bod! The Oilers are still ass! A-Bod! It's the 25th there, guy! Like, that's the point in time. That's my best Alberta accent, by the way. That's the point in time where I would get concerned is that after Christmas, if they're even at 500, you are the Edmonton Oilers. You have been to 2 straight Cup finals, and you can't get above 500 at Christmas time when Santa's eating your milk and cookies.
McDavid trade.
That would be crazy. He was. Oh my god, they would get. I don't want to entertain that, but they would get so much.
Imagine how shocked they would be.
Just sign an extension
after the extension.
Yeah,
exactly. But yeah, we'll see what happens there with the Oilers. But the Ducks, the team we were talking about, they're looking good. Okay, that's all the stuff we wanted to talk about here. Let's move into the Tim Egler NCAA Corner. Tim, it was a crazy week for college hockey. Please take us through the weekend.
Well, first off, let's start with how many ding-dang upsets there were. We had Friday night alone. Here, now I got to scroll. Well, we had Western Michigan got swept by Denver. I'm not sure how much of an upset that really is, considering Denver's still Denver.
That's not that crazy.
No. We had Yale beat Quinnipiac on Friday night. That was a big one.
Yeah.
UMass shut out Maine after losing 6-2 the night before. That was pretty big.
Yeah.
Providence beat UConn, and I've been pretty high on UConn this year. That one shocked me. Arizona State had to go to a shootout against Colorado College on Friday. Wisconsin killed Minnesota. Not Minnesota. Wisconsin killed Michigan last night.
And then Wisconsin players tried to kill the Wisconsin. Sorry, the Michigan players tried to kill the Wisconsin players.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, it was bad.
It turned into fight night.
Yeah, score hit 5-1, and it was score hit 5-1, and Michigan players just tried to get a pound of flesh out of it. I think Michigan had 4 or 5 ejections.
Wow.
It was bad. Let's see what else we have here. Then Quinnipiac had to go to overtime against Brown. That shouldn't have happened.
Brown.
UConn had to go to a shootout against Providence on Saturday. Colorado College beat Arizona State on Saturday. And then we had the big storyline of the weekend. And it was Evan's team versus my team. The biggest matchup college hockey had been waiting for. Gavin McKenna and Penn State going to East Lansing to play Michigan State.
It was in Michigan? I did not know that.
Yeah, it was in East Lansing this weekend. First game, it was a great defensive game. Michigan State came out, won in overtime, and then yesterday happened.
5-0 shutout for Michigan State.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. I mean, again, like, look, it's not that pretty. I mean, Penn State has McKenna. Like, Michigan State has I think a better put together, more structured team.
Yeah, that's the thing with Penn State. It's like, yeah, they have this talent, but they don't have the structure that Michigan State has.
I think Michigan's actually I think they're deeper than Penn State is. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, Penn State is Gavin McKenna. They got Misa. They got guys who are really good. But I think Michigan State has a better 4 lines they can roll out. You have guys you can get scoring from on each side.
Yeah,
then again, like, it's only 2 games, but it definitely does impact, obviously, Tim's rankings, and we'll see what happens there. Before you read your rankings, I do want to say this. I will be going to Penn State on Saturday next week to see Michigan. So that will be a fun one. My girlfriend is a Michigan fan. Puck Bunny. No, I'm kidding. Damn,
that's crazy.
I'm kidding. She's not a Puck Bunny. I've met Puck Bunnies. I'm friends with Puck Bunnies. She's not a Puck Bunny. Anyway, we're going to Penn State to see Michigan play. I will do evaluations probably in Tim's NCAA Corner next week. But the one thing I want to say that before we get into here, it's going to be a fun matchup for sure.
Yeah, the one thing I do want to bring up about Penn State is, and this could go into some of the draft stuff. And mainly with McKenna, part of his game, I'm not going to lie, and this isn't even biased, it was a little concerning. There were multiple points throughout the game where he was just not, it looked like he just wasn't interested. He was, instead of back checking hard, he was just gliding. Like, there was he had a bad, in game 2 with the first goal, he had a bad turnover on the wall, and instead of trying to get back for it, he didn't even try to get back. And maybe that's just part of the early season. Maybe it isn't, but I don't think it's not really going to impact much, but it was just something of note that I took from the game.
Well, not every game is going to be lights out. Not every game is going to be playing the greatest he can play. I think, again, it's a big adjustment from the NCAA to college, because I feel like, or I just said the NCAA to college, from the CHL to college. I think, again, and Leblock, you might agree, I feel like in these CHL leagues, there's not a lot of defense. There's a lot more offense. It's a more highly scoring league than college hockey. College hockey is a lot more different than that.
Except for where McKenna came from. That's the only league. The W is the most complete league in the CHL. If he came from the Q, I'd understand where you're coming from. But he played in the W, which is one of the more defensive leagues. So,
okay, well, I think still college hockey is more competitive in a way. It's definitely. I think it's more difficult than the CHL.
It's a lot more difficult. It's a lot more physical.
I don't agree, but move on. But proceed.
You don't agree? Why?
I do not agree, especially in the W. The W is the most physical league in minor hockey. Like there's no contest. I'm sorry. Like yes, college is very physical, but if you're going to the Dub, you're gonna get hit. That's just how it is.
Tim, what do you think about that?
I mean, I haven't really watched any games at the WHL, so I can't really.
I really haven't either. Besides,
we're talking about the Q. Sure, I'll give it to you guys. The OHL, I think it's about even. I would say maybe the NCAA have a bit of an edge, but the W is just different.
Would you agree that that NCAA is more difficult than the WHL?
Just because of the quality now of players, I'll say yeah.
Okay. Well, that was the point I was trying to get across in a sense. Like it's also it's a different transition too from two leagues. There's no denying that. Like you transition from one league to another. It's not different hockey, but it's definitely more of an adjustment than what you were getting in the WHL.
You go from playing a lot of games where you're playing like weekday games to now you're only playing two games a week. Yeah, you're playing.
It's different because like in the W they play like 60 games a year. Like, and then I think in college you only play like 20 or 30. I don't know.
Like 20. I think Adam Nightingale in his post game said like they go from playing like 60 to 70 games in the CHL. Now they're playing like 30 to 40.
Yeah, it's an adjustment. An adjustment for sure. But again, I think McKenna's still McKenna. Like I have no doubts about that. I think he was the October Rookie of the Month for college.
Yeah,
hockey I saw. So I think, again, like McKenna's game's still there. I'm not really worried about that sense. But, yeah, there's definitely some adjustments that need to be made and such about that. We'll see what happens there in terms of that. But, yeah, I thought that would be fun to bring up. Tim, what is your rankings?
Now, going into the top, at number one, I feel like it's kind of, at this point in the season, there's not really a dispute. It's still number one team in the country is Michigan State. Past few weeks, there could have been an argument.
Biased.
I agree.
Maybe, but at the same time, past few weeks, yes, because there was arguments for Michigan or Western, but with everything that happened this week, Michigan State's been the clear number one. Number two, I'm going with Denver. What they did against Western Michigan, who in Denver looks like they're on a little bit of a national championship hangover, but Western Michigan's still a really good team, and for Denver to just go out in Kalamazoo and just completely school Western for 2 games, it was impressive. My number 3 team is probably one of the more surprising teams in college hockey this year. I've got Minnesota Duluth. That team is fun to watch. They've got the top 3, some of the best scorers in the country right now. Mainly, the big one for them leading the charge is Max Plant, Red Wings prospect. Had to shout him out. He's been amazing for Duluth. Number 4, I have Michigan. Yeah, they lost to Wisconsin last night, but they still put up 7. They put up 7 on Friday night against them, so I can't really drop them too much. And Wisconsin was number 10 in the AP in the polls, and then at number 5,
by the Sensler, yeah.
And then at number 5, I have North Dakota. North Dakota looks like they're back, which that's been a question for the longest time with college hockey. When will North Dakota be back to being North Dakota? And it looks like they're back to being North Dakota this year.
Awesome. Good rankings. Okay. So I have one more thing before we move on. There has been some traction on Twitter, and it involves your team. Do you want to know what that is?
I think I know what it is. It's
Hayden Lindstrom. Oh, what's going on with this guy right now? Through 7 games played, 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points. Missed all of the year prior due to injury. Only played a couple of games in the WHL final. What is going on with Hayden Lindstrom right now?
I don't know if anything's really going wrong with him. It looks like he's a guy who, like you said, he's missed playing hockey the past year and a half. He's getting caught back up to speed. He hasn't been getting on the score sheet, but from everything I've seen out of him, I've liked the way he's been playing. He's been playing a good 2-way brand of hockey. It's not like, and I feel like there's also going to be a lot of talk about him because he was another guy picked before Demidov. So there's going to be some conversation there. Like we talk about Chicago messing up with not taking Demidov. Columbus had him. Demidov was right there for Columbus too, and they took Lindstrom. So I feel like that might be part of it. But everything I've seen from Lindstrom this year with Michigan State, he's been good. Lindstrom's looked good. He's just not. The points aren't coming for him.
Yeah, I think again, like it's also an adjustment coming from the WHL to the NCAA, kind of like Gavin McKenna, what we just said.
Yeah,
and I think again, like you haven't played hockey. Like
that's
not everybody's going to be like Matthew Schaefer. Oh, I'm going to pop off. Like it doesn't happen. You haven't really played. He's played what? He played like 4 games in the finals last year.
Yeah,
like the guy hasn't played. Simply being put again, like I'm not really worried about his development. Like people are saying that he's like, oh, he's terrible at hockey and all this. Like, oh, he's fallen off. I'm not there yet. I'm not, because you miss a full year essentially due to injury. It doesn't mean that you're a bad player. I think you might take some more time than some of the other players in that draft class. We'll see though. We'll see.
And he said, or it wasn't him. It was I think it was Cam Robinson. He tweeted about this because he was in Michigan. He was in East Lansing for the weekend because of these games. He said that because he was at one of the practices, he said some NHL teams would be jealous at the level of how hard Michigan State's practices were. That's the biggest thing with Michigan State. They're a development first program. Yeah, they've got a really good team, but the biggest goal for them is just developing all these kids.
Yeah.
And we've sent a lot of guys to the pros the past few years because of it. And that's the biggest thing. Adam Nightingale's got a good developmental system in place. One guy we sent, he's in Philly's system, Carson Dorwart. He went from a no-name guy to he was one of our best players last year, just from all of the development that he put in.
Yeah, and Dorwart's been awesome in the AHL with the Lehigh Valley Phantoms. I think he actually leads the Phantoms in points, I believe. I love that here in a moment. But yeah, I think he's been awesome. And I think, again, like, I will say this too, and I believe I said this in a previous episode when we talked about Caden Lindstrom at some point. I think it might have been the Prospects one that we did a couple weeks ago. I said that he did a lot of his training while he was injured with the Blue Jackets. So yeah, that also plays a factor there too. That also helps. Update for you, Mr. Egler. I am very wrong. He has only 5 points in 12 games played. But at one point, he was leading the team in points. Maybe like at the beginning of the season. Anyway, yeah. All right. That's enough of the NCAA Corner with Tim. Leblock, it's time for you. You have a game for us. Would you like to explain your game?
No. Yes, I will.
No. What? What do you mean, no?
So, you two, how well do you two know your draft history?
I'd say I'm pretty good at draft.
Yeah, okay. For the most part, I'm pretty good.
I asked both of these buffoons to pick a year.
Yeah.
Now, you're going to tell me who are the top 5 scorers in these draft years.
Ooh.
I give you the year. You can ask me questions. The only thing I cannot tell you is where they got picked.
Not poo.
So we have to get the leading scorers in this draft?
Yes, so the top point scorers in each of these drafts. I picked a year that you don't know about, but you both picked years. And Evan originally picked 2001. Like, oh, so you wanted to be hard.
I didn't know what it was about. You didn't tell us
for random years.
Listen,
I said 2001. I'm like,
part of these is to be vague, so no one knows what's going on.
Okay. So Tim, you picked 2015. I picked 2019. So I'll let Tim go first, guessing his guys. Tim picked the easiest damn year, of course.
So I was going to say we're going to go back and we're going to go start from the most recent year to the least recent year. So that was actually 2019.
Oh, so I'm first. Okay, great. All right, let's go. Jack Hughes
is number 1 with 369 points.
That ain't that difficult. Number 2, because after that, like I don't really know who I would go with after that. What about Cole Caulfield?
He's not number 2, but he's on the list. He's number. Do you want me to tell you what number he is?
Yeah. Do I have to guess in order?
No, you don't. He's number 3 of 237 points.
Okay, he's number 3. That's cool. What about
You can ask me questions. Remember that. You can ask questions.
Can I ask what team the person is on at number 2?
He was drafted by the team, so I can't really say. So he's still on his drafted team.
All right.
If they move teams, though, I will tell you what team they're on.
Is Dylan Cousins on that list?
Yes.
Okay.
He's number 4 with 225 points.
Okay. Is Sider on that list?
No, Sider's number 6, though.
Ooh, he's right there, though. Good on him. So Caulfield's there. Hughes is there. In that same draft is also... Kakko's definitely not there. Michelle was in that draft, right? But he's not that high, I don't think.
No, he's not. Michelle was 29. He was 20. No, he was 2018. Excuse me.
Pinto was in that draft too, right?
Sorry, no, you're right. No, Michelle and Pinto are both in this draft. They're not up there though. They're not. They're in the top 10.
Matt Boldy's in that draft, right? Where's he at?
Matt Boldy's number 2.
Cool. And then
259 points.
That leaves me. So I have 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Would you like a hint?
Sure.
This player was a top 10 pick, and they're no longer on their drafted team.
It's not Kakko. It's definitely not Kirby Doc. Is it Byram?
No.
I didn't think it was. 5 is Turcotte. He's on his team. 6 is...
That was Mo.
6 is Mo. Thank you for helping me. 7...
Evan, I think I know who it is. And this is someone you should be able to get.
Is he on my team?
Yes.
Trevor's
I started thinking about it. I'm like, wait a minute.
Okay, so Tim will do the next one, but the last one you two have to work together, which means you go back and forth.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So 15. 15 will start out easy with McDavid, Eichel, Marner.
McDavid is number 1 with 1,104 points. Marner's number 2 with 759 points, and Eichel's number 5 with 630 points.
Eichel's number 5. Oh, okay. Now I gotta think for a second.
I'm gonna pull up the list too, so I can follow along.
Is Mikko Rantanen in the top 5?
Yes, he is number 3 with 726 points.
So now I just need number 4. I think here.
Okay. You should probably get this one.
I should. Okay, it's not him.
I was like, guess who? You can ask me anything.
Is he still on his drafted team?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Was he a first-round pick?
No. Which you had like a guess who board, just like for the draft class, like, oh.
Tim, I'm gonna help you since you helped me. It's not who you're thinking it probably is.
So it's not Kirill.
No. It is not. No.
Because I was going to say, I started thinking him, but then it's like, nope, he didn't come into the league until the shortened season.
Sergio Kirill is still top 10 on that list, though.
That is not shocking either.
Let me count this while you're guessing.
I think, I'm not 100% sure. I didn't get a good look at this list because I kind of grabbed this one last.
He's 11.
11,
He's
okay.
right behind Besser, though, so he probably catches Besser this year. And Meyer. He's right there. So I just gave you 2 guys away. There you go. Yeah. I don't think that would have been your top 5.
But Besser and Meyer were first round picks.
Oh. Nope.
Oh yeah, so there you go. I did nothing of use.
Nope, I almost said a guy, but he was a first round pick and a completely different draft. That was. Oh, is it Aho?
It is Aho.
There you go.
That took me.
Aho is 4th with 647 points.
There you go.
Your final year I chose.
I have no clue.
Your final year I chose was 2010.
Oh my god.
You get to ask questions. Once again, I cannot tell you who. I can't tell you the draft team. That's the only thing I can't tell you.
Is there anybody in this class with 1,000 points?
No.
Oh my god.
My lord.
I'm going to tell you this, though.
Immediately, there's 2 people that I think of who are in this class: Taylor Hall and Tyler Sagan. Are they in?
They are 1 and 2. Tyler Sagan is number 1.
Sense. They had to be 1.
Sagan is 1 at 816 points. Hall is 2 at 747 points. So now it's Tim's turn.
Okay, dude. God, I don't really know the 2010 draft that much. This is a problem.
I got one.
No, because he was a first round. He was a first overall pick. Nope. He was there before him, so it wouldn't be. Yeah, I'm blanking right now. I might have to defer back to Evan.
I got one that I think could be in it.
Okay.
Jeff Skinner was in that draft, right?
Skinner's number 3 with 706 points.
I did a 2010 redraft a few like months ago, and I'm trying to think who else was on that list.
Tim, do you want a hint?
Oh, I got one.
Yes, I would like a hint, James.
These two players have a connection to one or two of our franchises.
I know one of them.
One or two of ours.
I know one of them.
One of them has one connection, the other one has two, which means they've played for one or both of our or all or two out of the 3 of our teams.
I know one.
Oh Jesus!
I'm letting
One
Tim.
or two of our teams. Who else was in that class? Ooh, so he would have played for Ottawa and Detroit.
Oh my God! Is
I
it Perron?
No.
No, I don't think he was.
Braun's way. But I think Braun's like 06 draft.
Oh jeez! I heard Ottawa. That was the first name I thought of when I heard Ottawa and Detroit. Wait,
I know the two, but I think I know the two, but I'm gonna let
now I gotta think.
struggle. I'm gonna let Tim struggle.
I know James is enjoying me struggle.
It's fun to watch him struggle. It really is.
That's fair.
Just leaves. Okay.
Yeah, just leaves when we're doing his game.
I'm right here.
No, because he was way earlier.
Do you want me to tell you what rounds they were picked in?
That could help.
Number 4 is the first round. Number 5 is the 6th round.
Oh, I know who the one is now.
Oh Jesus!
I know who the one is now because I remember putting him high in this redraft. I remember it because I said from the 6th round, 100 something overall.
Oh my Lord! I am Tyler Johnson. No, he was undrafted. Damn it!
You're gonna kick yourself when Evan says who it is, and I'm gonna say this.
I'm just gonna need Evan to say these. I can't think of it.
I got the one. It's Mark Stone, right? Mark Stone's one of them.
Yep, Mark Stone's number 5 with 647 points.
And I think I know the other one, unless if it's because no, he was. I don't think
The last one has a connection with me and your franchise, Tim.
Oh,
Jesus!
I got it. I got it in the bag. I know who it is.
Oh, Jesus!
My first guess was going to be Giroux, but I think Giroux was early. Yeah, Giroux definitely was early. What am I?
Drew was like I think he was 06 as well.
Anyway, I know who it is.
Anyway.
Jesus Lord!
You're gonna be so mad if you don't get this.
I'm gonna be mad because I can't.
All right, I'm going to step in here.
Yeah, just do it.
I think I know who it is. Is it NHL 17 cover Tarasenko?
It is Tarasenko.
Oh my God!
Because I was thinking who was playing for
Lord,
Ottawa?
I forgot about him.
And I did think about Perron, but then you guessed Perron, and I was like, no, and I'm like, it's Tarasenko.
Some other names.
That shows how much I'm trying to forget that he was a wing.
Some other names outside. Some other names just outside the top. Outside the top 5 were Mikkel Granlund, Brock Nelson, Toffoli, and Ryan Johansson.
Kuznetsov was in that year, right?
Kuznetsov is number 6, 7, 8, 9. He's number 10.
Oh, okay. Okay then. Cool.
The fact that Johansson has more points than Kuznetsov is kind of wild, actually. I'm not going to lie.
That is kind of wild. Kind of a fun game. Fun game to discuss. All right. That being said, then, let's move into the hot topics around sports. I I don't really have anything. I'm not going to lie. Is there anything you guys want to discuss in terms of like college football or anything like that?
It was a weekend for college football. There was Auburn, Vandy. That was a really good game where Vandy just squeaked out the victory.
Indiana squeaked out a win to prevent an upset in the final 30 seconds. Oregon almost got upset by Iowa.
But I think the biggest thing that I love a good underdog story, and one of the biggest underdog stories this year was the story of Virginia. And I saw this clip, and I'm going to send it to the Instagram group chat because this made me laugh way too hard. I was so sad that Virginia lost to Wake Forest, but then I saw this, and it kind of made me feel better.
There's the quote unquote underdog story of Trinidad Chambliss, the quarterback of Ole Miss. Love that. Yeah, he's been good.
Trying to find some interesting stuff.
But yeah, the bracket, which I forgot to post the bracket. I thought it was too late to post it on Saturday.
Okay, James, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. So how about the LA Dodgers? And I know, Leblock, you may not want to talk about this. Dodgers 21-year-old pitcher Hyun Seok Yang. Hopefully I'm saying that right.
Sorry, you said the Dodgers, right?
Yeah, Shohei. Yeah, Shohei's crazy batting. But Dodgers top prospect Hyun Seok Yang is born in 2004, 6'4", 200 pounds, and is already throwing nearly 100-mile-per-hour fastballs.
Where are they find? Is it a factory in Japan to clone all these people?
Well, there's actually a couple things we can react to here. So now that we discussed the Dodgers, I want to actually go through the NL and AL team winners and stuff like that. So American League winners for the Silver Slugger Award: Nick Kurtz at first base. What a guy. Chaz Chisholm Jr. at second base. Jose Ramirez at third base. Bobby Witt Jr. at shortstop. Aaron Judge at outfield. Byron
Buxton
at outfield as well. Riley Green gets in there for Detroit. Cal Riley gets in there for catcher, as he should. And then George Springer and Zach McKinstry.
My other boy. Boys.
What are your guys' thoughts? Any snubs?
I have a list. I put a list out here.
God, I see you commented on this.
Yes, I commented on a lot of things.
I will not allow Zach McKinstry slander. I know James is about to start doing this, but I will not allow it.
Listen,
McKinstry is a utility beast.
And first of all, you can't talk about utility without talking about Ernie. Where's Ernie? Ernie Clement. The guy who I don't know. But I think Ben Rice deserved the utility spot. I think Junior Caminero got snubbed over J-Ram, even though J-Ram is a quality baseball
Let's be
player.
honest. He's Jose Ramirez, though. We all knew he was going to get it. Whether he should have or not is besides the point. I feel like everybody...
Ramirez hit 45 home runs.
I'm aware. Yeah. Ramirez also hits for average, though.
I still think Julio Rodriguez got snubbed. I think I would take Julio over Buxton.
Yeah. That's probably the only one that I'd think of is Julio over Buxton.
Yeah, and then the team, I said Blue Jays, but the Yankees winning it, sure, all they did was hit home runs last year. Kept it's the Blue Jays in the playoffs.
NL winners: Pete Alonso at first base, Ketel Marte at second, Manny Machado at third, Geraldo Perdomo at shortstop, Juan Soto at OF, Corbin Carroll at OF as well, Kyle Tucker, Hunter Goodman, and then Shohei Ohtani at DH, Alec Burleston at utility. No Phillies. Love it. Just, waste of a fucking season, whatever.
So, I'm going to say this. The Cubs had 3 guys who hit 30 home runs. Kyle Tucker was not one of those players.
Anyway.
Shout out Hunter Goodman, though.
Yeah.
Being the only bright spot on the Rockies.
Yeah, good on him.
That man's a stud.
Yeah.
Was there anything announced tonight? Like, I know they're announcing their awards and stuff, so I don't know if anyone's announced recently.
Oh, the Cy Young and all the big stuff are coming out like in a few days, I think.
Who won? Did anybody win the rookie award? I know it sounded like a rookie ranking.
No, that hasn't been announced yet either.
But I think it's going to be Nick Kurtz for the AL. Like, just no.
It should be. It should be Kurtz.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you.
Rookie
I didn't know Sasaki was a rookie. I was like, wow, really? He's a rookie?
Yeah. He didn't play most of the year. He was in the minors, though. That's the issue.
Yeah.
He was injured, and he just wasn't good when he was in the MLB. He got shelled to start his career.
Wow. Yeah.
It's kind of crazy considering the hype around him in the offseason last year.
Exactly, yeah. It's a little interesting. Yeah, I mean, they posted the Munetaga Murakami.
When you're talking
last week as well. Welcome to LA.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I think Murakami, there's still places for him to go that are not the Dodgers. Like, I look at a team like the Mets, I look at the Yankees as well. Like, I find that
I can see both of those going. I've seen the Phillies rumored for him.
We'll see.
Yeah, I think go to the Phillies. Then Bohm's got to go.
Yeah, there's got to be moves there.
And Bohm's been in trade rumors for years, so who knows when that's actually going to happen.
Yeah.
There is one more MLB thing I did want to kind of talk about, and I had to go back to that NBA scandal. Emmanuel Clase.
So I don't know a lot about this. I'm going to kind of just sit back and let you guys discuss.
It's kind of like
a lot about this.
It was all the whole NBA illegal gambling thing. It's all of that, but Clase was in the dugout calling people mid-game before he would go pitch in the bullpen and then come out and close games. He's been doing this stuff for 3 years. He had one of the best closing seasons ever while intentionally throwing pitches for balls. And I guess there was one game where he intentionally threw a ball in the dirt and it could have cost him he could have gotten $10,000 or something, whatever it was. And he didn't get it because Andy Pa has chased the ball into the dirt.
That's funny.
But he chose to make $64,000 illegally instead of being one of the highest paid closers ever, just legally. And he was good. He was. I will give him his flowers, even though I don't like Cleveland. I'll give him his flowers. Clase was good. But when you choose to do illegal stuff, be part of an illegal gambling ring instead of just, playing baseball and making money, this is going to happen. Now, I don't think his career is just over. He went from one.
Yeah, their lives might be over, right? They could face
5 years. I'll be honest, that's a little excessive.
That's a bit much.
30 years, sure. 30 years, sure. 65, your whole life's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a bit much, but...
And that's kind of things that go on with the American law system. There's flaws in it. There's a lot of flaws in this world. But, yeah, I agree. It's a little bit weird, but... Anyway, I don't really know a lot about it. Well, if you guys don't have anything else that you want to discuss in terms of hot topics around sports, that's all I got here for this episode of the Northern Block Podcast. You guys have anything else?
Standings check.
All right, I'm going to end the episode here.
Yeah.
Thank you all for watching.
Yeah.
We'll be back next week here. Check out on Thursday, we're doing a number one center tier list. That'll be posted on the YouTube channel at 3 p.m. Eastern time on Thursday, so stay tuned for that. But anyways, that is it for us. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next episode.
Ciao.
I just do what I do. See me? I just do what I do. Man, I just do what I do. To know if I do, I just do what I do. Check. That's the intro. See that? Yeah. I just do what I do. See me? I just do what I do. Yo, check. Let me flip this script. I feel privileged for all who can witness this. I am close to divine. Know the moment is mine, need an omen or sign. I sprint. Providing a back sound to all the squares that ask around. We getting it. My skills pay me. Trying to get $1 million. adopted flow that God gave me. Tell whoever runners that they spot is temporary till I take it as mine. I'm selfish, yo will. Tell Miss I'm on my wealth tip. So when we cash out soon, I'm just investing. No yes men, I've been a legend since before mom and dad had me and was best friends. I chew through comp, don't test them. I chew on tracks cause after that I bless them. I just do what I do. You see me? I just do what I do. I just do what I do. I don't